Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come in the house. And our boy Jordan Walsh just had his best game of his career when you factor in that he was actually a part of the game. Like, he played 12 minutes in the fourth quarter in a close game. He had 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals in 25 minutes, and he was a plus 13 on the night. The bench was really good tonight. The bench was really good. Ugo was like a plus 19. Simons had 25 in the first half. Luka Garza had 16, 8, and 3. Like, the bench really came to play in this game, and we needed everything that they brung us, of course, in a 4-point win. But Jordan Walsh got 3 rebounds in his 2-minute stint in the first quarter. This was an offensive rebound, gets him an extra possession. Derek White just doesn't hit the shot. And I've said this on my platform, I've said this on other people's platforms, that Jordan Walsh didn't get as much time as he needed to get in preseason because he had an injury. So people were seeing the shiny new toys like Ugo and Josh Minot, and we're getting excited for great reason. I was getting excited too, and kind of throwing Walsh off to the side. But when he did play in preseason, like, he was a very good defender. Like, I always felt like he was up to par or above average defensively. Thing with it was on offense, I didn't think Jordan looked comfortable, and I didn't think he did anything with any confidence. He wasn't shooting with confidence. He didn't put the ball on the floor to try to be aggressive. He didn't do any of that. And if you can't do that in preseason, how is a coach supposed to trust you in real lineups with Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard? You know what I'm saying? So, and we talked about confidence, and I know Jordan Walsh missed this shot, right? He missed this, but that Houston game where he played 10 garbage time minutes, Jordan Walsh did not play more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds in any game in the season before that. So the first couple of games before the Houston game, when the Celtics got blown out, and him, Ugo, they just got a chance, even Amari got some time in that game where they just got a chance to go out and play free. Jordan Walsh played 10 minutes in that game. That was the first time he played over 2 minutes and 30 seconds the entire season. He had 10 points, hit 2 threes, and he had some drives. The rocker step against John Isaac, he got to the rim. Now, again, he has to finish this, right? But this is just something that he was not doing before he got his runs. And during the offseason, during media day, during interviews, Jordan Walsh talked about him improving his role player IQ. One, I think is super impressive that a 21-year-old has done that much to accept his role as, okay, I'm not going to be a star player. I haven't played that much in my first 2 years. I need to accept this role and be the best in this role in order to get on the court, because ultimately all Jordan Walsh wants to do is play basketball, right? As a role player, you have to know who's on your team. There's a play later that really encapsulates this, but this is the first one that I saw, right? So Ugo Gonzalez has the ball. Peyton Pritchard gave him the ball, and Anthony Simons is in the corner. Anthony Simons is hot. Well, he was hot. Had 25 points in the first half. I don't know how many he had to this point, but he was hot. Jordan Walsh is already recognizing that, he's calling for Anthony Simons to come get the ball even before he touches it, right? But then he gets the ball, he goes right to Anthony Simons, DHO, screens Anthony Black, gets space for Anthony Simons, and he knocks down a 3. And on the defense side of the ball, this is a perfect possession to encapsulate the Celtics' more aggressive style of defense. It's 5 guys to the ball, and they're helping, they're trying to create turnovers and stuff like that. So I think, and also I don't want to get too excited, but I think it's really cool that we had Ugo and Jordan Walsh checking Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner and doing a good job at it. Ugo might not get a film session, but he's definitely going to get a thread on Twitter or something. So here, right? So we got Ugo pressuring Paolo Banchero. Jordan Walsh drives, and you see how many people collapse on that drive, right? Jalen Suggs turns his back. Ugo Gonzalez tries to go. You see Jordan Walsh in that gap right there, making sure he can't get a drive. You see Cater right there too. Paolo Banchero swings it to Franz Wagner. A good closeout by Jordan Walsh. He has all the physical tools. He has the athleticism. He's 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, but he's also a cerebral defender. He's learned a lot over his time with defensive IQ. You see Gonzalez in cover 2 situations right here against Paolo. Wendell Carter, he chooses correctly, goes to the corner, he gets a steal. And again, Jordan Walsh playing a part in the hot start from Anthony Simons. Right here, sets that screen to get Goga Badasi onto Anthony Simons. He attacks and gets a layup. All right, so Jordan Walsh is going to defend Paolo Banchero coming off this Iverson cut. So an Iverson cut is when somebody's on one wing and they receive 2 screens right here to cut across to the other wing. So Paolo Banchero is going to get these screens from Desmond Bain and Goga Badasi to come to the other wing. If you saw my Celtics playbook video, you saw me break down the Celtics Iverson follow empty play. This is basically the same play, but the Magic run is a lot higher. I also think Jordan Walsh like made him catch the ball higher, but the Celtics would be like right here or something, and then Shea B will screen and he'll get a mismatch in the paint. That is a horrible screen, don't mind that. But here on this play is something that Jordan Walsh did phenomenal in this game. Not only did he do a great job checking Paolo, that right there, right? So he had 2 steals in this game, but he did this 3 times where he will wall up guys and then use that 7'2" wingspan to poke the ball. Right here, he gets Jaylen Brown going and he gets a layup. Last play, he was checking Paolo Banchero. This play, he's checking Franz. I don't think people realize like how good young defenders we have on the wings. Like Hugo Gonzalez, his first game guarded Jalen Brunson 94 feet. He's guarded Tyrese Maxey. He's guarded VJ Edgecombe. I'm blanking on who else he guarded. Sorry, Cade Cunningham. In this game, they both guarded Franz and Paolo. And Jordan Walsh has guarded both of their top 2 players and has done it. Look how he's moving his feet. So here they set the pin down for him. Right, he's a little bit behind. Franz gets the ball. Veer screen there by Goga Badasi, so they're trying to get this pin down here for Tristan da Silva. Anthony Simons does a good job on that, but like Jordan Walsh's pressure is relentless. It never gives up. And then he did a phenomenal job of going over screens in this game, like not getting screens. So here, that wasn't going to be like a hard hitting screen anyway, but the way Jordan Walsh has moved his feet against Franz Wagner, like he literally has nowhere to go. He was just hounding him, and he closed his possession with a defensive rebound. All right, so the Celtics go to stack out flip flare, but they use it to mask a Spain PNR. So, of course, the stack out entry is just an entry where this guy is usually going to be stacked on top of this guy, and this guy will receive a pin down screen to outcut to either wing. So, Kata's going to set this pin down screen so Ugo can either go this way or this way. Ugo chooses to go that way. Then we got the flip right there, exactly how it sounds. Then we got the flare screen right there. But this isn't for Hugo Gonzalez. When I saw Ugo was the guy that outcuts. Outcut is usually the guy that you want to have the ball in their hands. Like this is the guy that's going to be handling, he's going to be creating, or he's going to come off the score. When I saw that Ugo was the one that outcut to the wing, I knew that there was some other action stacked on top of it, because with Derek White and Peyton Pritchard on the floor, the Celtics haven't ran plays for Ugo yet, like not yet. But then we get into the Spain PNR. Of course, the back screen set for the ball screener's man, so Pritchard's going to set this back screen on Goga Badasi, and of course we have the on ball screen by Neemias Queta. And Joe Mazzulla has said a lot that the real definition of Mazzulla ball is creating 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s and playing out of that and seeing what you can get out of those. So this is how they created it here. So a great screen by Neemias Queta forces Goga Badasi to be up here on Derek White, and they run this a little bit higher. So now Goga Badasi has to be above the 3-point line. We got the screen there by Peyton Pritchard, which immediately frees up Neemias Queta. Now we have a 2-on situation. We have the shake action on the roll, which is when somebody rolls and this guy lifts up. So the shake action is on a pick and roll when the roller rolls and the person in the corner, they lift up to the wing. It makes it much harder for this tag man here to choose. So if he chooses, that's his choice. Like it's hard to get back to him. So if he chooses to take away this layup, this guy coming up here, that's a longer closeout than if he was just sitting right here. If he chooses the 3-point line, this guy's getting a wide open layup. So Tristan Silva chooses right here. They're not able to get the ball to Jordan Walsh, but they do get Peyton Pritchard, who's open. Now we have a 3-on-2, right? Pritchard, Walsh, Queta against Goga Badasi closing out, and Tristan Silva closing out too. Pritchard does a nice job pump faking, driving. Queta still open, but Jordan Walsh is still open as Tristan Silva goes down to hit Neemias Queta. Walsh is a 3. Again, I talked about Jordan Walsh using his wingspan, walling up guys, playing solid defense, and then using that wingspan to poke at the ball. Right there, another clean strip on Franz. Man, I almost cried when I seen this. Now this might not look like much from Jordan Walsh, but you remember when I was talking about that role player IQ stuff? He like really harped on that, and I told you guys that a lot of that is recognizing your role and recognizing the people around you. He was talking about like, how can I get Jaylen Brown open and stuff like that. He's our scorer. What can I do to get him the ball and get him in a better position to score? This is the type of stuff that he does for his score. So the Celtics are just freelance right now. They're just trying to get some action going, trying to get some points. They start to run zoom action for Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh is a lot of things. He's not a scorer. He can come off the zoom action, but he's not really going to come off the score, right? So you see that the zoom got the pin down, and it looks like Jordan Walsh is going to come out and get this dribble handoff. but the role player IQ in Jordan Walsh kicks in. He recognizes that, hey, Derek White's right here. He's the person that we want with the ball in his hands. So he's going to reject the zoom action, cut, and then it's a dribble handoff for Derek White, and he gets an and one. Great defensive awareness here by Jordan Walsh. You see the Magic get the switch with Wendell Carter Jr. on Derek White. Great post position. You see Jordan Walsh already creeping over there before the pass even goes. Swoops in at the right time, gets a steal. All right, so we talked about the Celtics' more aggressive defense this year, being heavy in gaps. They're trying to create turnovers, 5 guys to the ball, chaos, and help. Jalen Suggs drives past Payne Pritchard. Jordan Walsh right there does 2 things. He meets Jalen Suggs at the correct time to deter a shot, 1. Then 2, he makes this pass much longer than it has to be because he's jumping. Now Jalen Suggs has to do all this extra stuff in the air, which allows Luka Garza to come in and allow him time to tip this pass. We go down the court. Jordan Walsh is gonna cut right behind Desmond Bane because they have a 2-on-1. They created a 2-on-1. Their aggressive defensive scheme, creating turnovers and running. Now Desmond Bane has Jordan Walsh and Payne Pritchard. He chooses Payne Pritchard. Great bounce pass by Derek White. Then we create another 2-on-1 in the paint. Jordan Walsh, good job. Pass to Luka Garza. What did we talk about? Him walling up, then using that 7'2" wingspan. Pokes the ball loose on Paolo. He just ends up getting the ball back and hitting the shot, but not at the fault of Jordan Walsh. All right, so context. The play before this, they got a switch with Wendell Carter on Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown went past him, and he got fouled, shot 2 free throws, right? Now we get this 77 action. 77 is just 2 on-ball screens. Some people call it double drag, but when you see 2 on-ball screens, it can either be called 77 or double drag. So the first screen gets Wendell Carter up there, then they put him in another action right there. Look what Jordan Walsh does. He completely takes Paolo out of this play, right? Paolo's hugging him. They're hugging each other. It is what it is. They love each other, right? But there's also like hesitancy from Carter Jr. I know Jaylen Brown's kind of deep right here. He hadn't hit a 3 to this point, but Carter Jr. has to be closer to this. And Jordan Walsh gets in the way just enough for Jaylen Brown to get the space. And here are 2 very clutch plays from the Celtics that Jordan Walsh was directly involved in. So we got the 77 again. First screen by Luka Garza. Second screen by Jordan Walsh. But you see the difference in what the Magic do, right? They blitz Jaylen Brown. Paolo Banchero and Jalen Suggs, they jump out on Jaylen Brown. Creates a 3-on-2. Jordan Walsh, Luka Garza, Derek White against Desmond Bane, and Wendell Carter Jr. Great cut. Great cut by Luka Garza. If Luka Garza stays right there, they can probably pass this ball around, but it's easier for the Magic to guard this. Luka Garza cuts into Desmond Bane. So now he can't just go out to Derek White. He has to account for Luka Garza for like half a second, and sometimes that's all you need in the NBA. Great job by Jaylen Brown handling the double team well enough. Connecting piece Jordan Walsh, assist to Derek White. Great Celtics basketball. And of course, the biggest shot of his young career. No hesitation, gets the pass from Payne Pritchard, opening the corner with the closeout, drains it. What happens here? Screen by Josh Minot, blows past Paolo Banchero. Wendell Carter Jr. is going to help on this drive, which creates a 2-on-1 between Franz, Payne Pritchard, and Jordan Walsh. Great pass by Jaylen Brown. Franz closing out. Payne Pritchard does a nice job attacking and forcing another defender to come to him. Jordan Walsh, great cut to the corner, drains it. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. And I will see you guys in the next video. But this is Nick. Peace.